Back here, first things first, talking the 49ers now and their continued love for Tom Brady. GM John Lynch said the team decided they had a long-term answer in Jimmy G, but it was their responsibility to look into Tom Brady. Nick, I know this fires you up. What was your reaction to this?
The further quote is unreal. We went back and took a hard look at Jimmy. We grinded for a period of 3-4 days. And I think we both came back and said, you know what? We've got the long-term answer in our building right now. Can you imagine applying this to any other walk of life? Someone, an old fling hits you up on Facebook. You want to leave your wife for me? It's like, well, after 3 or 4 days of reflection, I was like, nope, I'm good where I'm at. Like, why are you saying this out loud? Why do you keep telling America, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, that you're in like, not in love with your quarterback? So, Jenna, to answer your question, what my reaction was this: 1211 Avenue of the Americas. That's the address of where we typically do the show and where I can receive mail. All the Niner fans who were sending me hate all year because I didn't believe in their quarterback, because I was being unfair to their quarterback, because I wasn't giving him credit because he actually had the best passer rating in the league on possessions following an interception, which is just a perfect stat and one people really care about. I feel about your quarterback the same way your coach and GM do, which is he might maybe be better than a 43-year-old coming off the worst season of his career. Like a counselor, Your Honor, I rest my case on what Jimmy Garoppolo is and what his coaches believe that he is.
Okay, I have a few takeaways from that. Greg, and I'll kick it to you. The first is, I didn't realize you were getting that much physical mail at the office. 49ers fans are big fans of the written word, so that's nice. You have a big stack of written hate mail is nice. Greg, the question is for you. Is this really a concern that management needs to manage Jimmy G's ego? Are quarterbacks actually that fragile, or is this just part of business as usual in the NFL?
It's both, but the quarterbacks are fragile. And I agree 100% with Nick. And why would you ever even continue to talk about it? Your head coach has talked about it, and then now your general manager has talked about it. If I'm Jimmy Garoppolo, I can listen. I have a set of ears. If I can interpret what they're saying, they're basically saying, I'm the quarterback just for now. But for the future, there is some uncertainty. Obviously, if they were looking into Tom Brady the way that they had all exclaimed that they are. And so if I'm Jimmy G, I take some ownership and I do a real good self-assessment and make sure that I am the long-term quarterback that they are looking for. Because right now they have some preconceived notions that maybe he's not. Like, I don't know. And so he could be shopped. He could be replaced with a draft pick down the road. You never know. And if I'm Jimmy G, I want to ensure that I am that guy. So he better step up his passing game. We know that he can turn around and hand it off, but he better step up and be able to do some things damagingly in the passing game, dropping back and making sure he's accurate, consistent, and he's bearing the load, not so much that running game.
Now, you guys make a great point. Nick, if you're Jimmy G, you just took your team to the Super Bowl. If you had one more quarter, you might have even have won that game. And now you're coaching your GM. They're out flirting with somebody else. Is Jimmy Garoppolo set for the future? I mean, could Brady have been a better answer for them? I mean, what do the next couple of years look like now when you know there's this little bit of doubt that has sort of crept into this organization with regards to their quarterback?
So a few things. One is, in fairness, if that Super Bowl went 5 quarters, I think the Chiefs probably win by 31 instead of by 11. I don't think it goes in the other direction. That was trending bad for Jimmy G and the 49ers. I mean, listen, they were down 10 with 6 minutes left. They won by 11. I don't think it was turning around the other way. But if the Super Bowl was 1 quarter less, Jenna, they would have been Super Bowl champions. And so I understand the point. Listen, what the Niners are making clear is, the divorce would be too expensive, so I'll stay. That's what it is. Do we think if Jimmy G wasn't under contract, they would have chosen this? The Tennessee Titans have more faith in Ryan Tannehill than the San Francisco 49ers have in Jimmy Garoppolo. We are seeing that from choices they made. Ryan Tannehill was not under contract. They could have left. Vrabel could have reunited with Brady. Would have made perfect sense. Stay in the AFC, warm weather, winnable division. And the Titans looked at their quarterback situation, Ryan Tannehill, for 3 or 4 days, and they said, let's give him $110 million. The Niners looked at their quarterback situation for 3 or 4 days and said, I guess we'll stick with our guy who's 15 years younger, coming off the best year of his career. That tells you everything you need to know. So, Wilds, I agree with Greg 100%. Yeah, that Jimmy Garoppolo should be renting, not buying. That he should not have full confidence that he is going to be in San Francisco long-term, Wilds.
I know. Well, the real estate in San Francisco is so expensive. Renting might be the only option, too. Greg, I think the question here is, like, what is Jimmy G actually supposed to do? If he came out publicly and he's like, hey, I want to throw it around the field. Turn me loose. Let me sling it down the field. People would be killing him because they're winning games working how it is. So I don't know what the guy is supposed to do. To me, and tell me if I'm wrong, he is taking the game plan and winning games and then getting criticized for it. What is he supposed to do?
Well, it's not just about him taking the game plan and winning. It's the way that it looks. The optics are everything. And when you're a quarterback that was highly paid and you hadn't really shown a whole lot as far as leading a team to wins outside of the few wins that he won with the New England Patriots, you get paid, you come over here, and now you're the savior. You better play like it. We're talking about a franchise that was at quarterback with Joe Montana, Steve Young, great quarterback play. He has to be that next heir apparent. And right now, with what we've seen, it's not about Jimmy G. It's about Kyle Shanahan and his offensive scheme to get other guys open.
All right, we got to take a break. Good conversation. Talk some Packers on the other side. Will Jordan Love be a thorn in Aaron Rodgers' side all